Are we really the first advanced civilization on Earth? Or are we just the latest one to survive? Because if everything we've built today just disappeared, in a few thousand years, would anyone really know we were here? By the end of this video, we're going to see why entire civilizations could just vanish, and just how there might be more history right beneath us than we've ever found before. Let's start with something a little bit uncomfortable. Just imagine for a moment, life as we know it today, humanity, civilization, just disappeared. No people, no maintenance, no control. What happens next is a sequence of events. Any ideas? Drop them down below if you have any thoughts. First year, the power grid would fail. Come 10 years, cities start collapsing. And in the short span of 100 years, nature starts pushing back through everything we've built. And by 1,000, if you guessed it, you'd be right, most buildings are gone. But at the mark of around 2,000 years, almost nothing remains except one thing. No, it's not phones, it's not the internet, it's not satellites. Everything we know as of today would be gone except stone. So in that scenario, if that happens to us, what do you think we'd find if that scenario happened before us? When we actually look at ancient history, what do we actually see? We see massive structures, mostly built out of what? Stone. We have examples all around us, the pyramids of Giza, Machu Picchu, even the newly discovered Göbekli Tepe. And that was built over 11,000 years ago. Before tools, before phones, before civilization was said to have existed, and yet they built something that stood the test of time. Now I always think about this, if a civilization existed not millions of years ago, but around 10,000, what would be left? Not metal, not technology, just that one thing again, stone. Now here's where things get a little bit uncomfortable on the whole timeline scale. We like as humans to think we know all of history, but we don't. What we know is fragments and pieces of the past we're trying to put together like a puzzle. For example, the Sahara Desert, it was once green, filled with trees, flowing rivers, had animals, and potentially human life. Now, it's just endless sand. And the same goes for Antarctica. We have proof of this, locked kilometers beneath the ice. They've found traces of flora and fauna, insects, and entire ecosystem that existed. But the most amazing thing is, we haven't even seen most of what's beneath the ice. Our oceans, for example, cover over 70% of the planet. We've only explored 10%. Think about how much land used to be above the water, which is now submerged beneath it. Who knows what could be sitting down there? The real question isn't, what have we found? It's, what haven't we found? And this is where a theory begins, because Earth doesn't just reset, it reshapes itself. Volcanoes erupt, ice ages begin, floods completely reshape continents. Entire populations can just disappear without a trace. Take Pompeii for example, a full city, thriving population, gone in hours and still frozen in time. Now imagine we scale that up 10, 20, 30 times larger. Multiple events across the planet all happening within a short period of each other. An ancient advanced civilization could collapse completely within generations and be forgotten almost forever. All we have to do is look at the dinosaurs, and the meteor that came down, struck the Earth, wiped out over 90% of creatures, all within 2 years. Some researchers already believe that this has happened to the human race before. Writers like Graham Hancock suggest there could have been earlier advanced societies. This was all before recorded history, not exactly like us, but advanced enough to build and plan, and also organize and understand the world deeply. And then the possibility of something major happening, a cataclysm, a reset, and all that was left are the fragments we find today. Structures, stories, legends, myth, they all come from something. Can it be just pure coincidence that myth floods exist across entire cultures who apparently never met? Even ancient stories describing destruction, cities sinking, begs the question, did ancient civilizations that possibly were advanced get wiped out by a natural disaster? Mainstream archaeology, however, does not support a global lost advanced civilization like ours. And that, however, does matter because it all boils down to evidence. But even within accepted history, there are gaps, and there's loads of them as well. And here's the part that I love, that I feel like people are starting to think about. Imagine what the Earth would be like 10,000 years from now if we disappeared today. Imagine if a new species of humanoid started to evolve and existed 10,000 years from now, or something intelligent came from outer space and discovered the planet. What would they find? I'm sure it wouldn't be cities or skyscrapers. They would most likely find ruins, fragments buried underground. They might find some carvings, parts of structures, or stone foundations. Who knows, it could all be underneath kilometers of water by that point. But either way, they would look at it and probably ask the same questions we do today. How did they build this? Who were they? And were they the first? And here's the twist. They might not actually realize just how advanced we really were. Because as we talked about earlier, most of what defines us today would be gone. So, are we the first advanced civilization? Maybe, maybe not. But what we do know is that civilization itself is fragile and history has gaps. It's incomplete and time doesn't just pass, it erases things. And if something existed before us, it wouldn't look like a sci-fi city today. It would look like exactly what we see today. Ruins, mysteries, laws, a past that fully doesn't just make sense. So the real question isn't, are we first? It's how many potentially were before us and what has been lost along the way. I, for one, am still waiting to see what else is going to be discovered within my lifetime. Drop your thoughts down below if there's more in the Amazon rainforest, Sahara Desert, and Antarctica, or are there lost continents just waiting for us under the ocean? And as always, if you enjoy Forgotten History, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Cheers.